What's the formula for that? The measure.
A equals measure AB over 360 times pi r squared.
Right. So keep in mind, area of a sector, you're multiplying by the area of the circle, right? Pi r squared. The length of the arc, that one is...
L equals measure AB over 360 times pi b. Yeah, I do that.
Right. He is not here. I don't know, do they want that back? Or... Okay. And Rachel, this is for you. So length of the arc is pi d, area of the sector is pi r squared, okay? So just make sure you're keeping those distinguished, separated. If you are looking at...
Is there a difference between 2 pi r and pi d?
No, same thing. 2 pi r, because think of it as 2 radii is 1 diameter, right? So 2r is d.
Mm-hmm.
So they're interchangeable.
Why do it different in both?
Well, the book, I just always use, you can do 2 pi r. If that's helpful to you, do 2 pi r. I always think of circumference as pi d, and I just do the doubling the radius in my head, which is what I always did in class, which is why I put this one down. But you may do either one. Take your pick. Okay, so the area of this sector would be the measure of the arc. What is the measure of this arc? It's 45. Whatever your central angle is, your arc is that. So it's 45 over 360 times pi. What would your diameter be? 6. Your radius is 3, so your diameter would be 6. This is one of those where you plug this in. So 45 divided by 360 times 6 is what? So if you reduce that, I don't know how I wrote it on here. Did I write it as 3/4? Yeah. Technically, we would say this is 3 over 4 times pi. It's an area, so square units, okay? So this one is your area formula. Your length formula, God bless you, would be 45 over 360 times pi. Oh no, I did the length. Sorry, this one's length. I said that wrong, huh?
Yeah, it's like...
That is length. This one's area. Area would be 45 over 360 times pi times the radius squared. So if you plug that in, this one, you can either write it as, whatever. You may write this either way. I'm not super picky. It will work out nicer on the final anyway. So like that is fine, or technically, I don't care if you call this 0.75 pi because it is exactly 0.75. You didn't round the 0.75. And then the 9 over 8 is exactly 1.125 pi. So either one of those would be just fine.
I got the right files, but very different answers.
Did you plug in the pi?
Yeah.
That's why.
If you...
This is in, these ones are in terms of pi. So this is the pi not plugged in. So if you got for area for length 2.4.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then 3.5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you did the right process. You just plugged in the pi, which there weren't directions here saying leave it in terms of pi, so that's fine too. Other questions from last night? Yeah. Sophia. Okay. One thing you may want to do, maybe go back and look back at your old test and see how you did on the test for this. The biggest struggle for a lot of people on this test was naming figures. So if you don't know how to name all of these, a pyramid, a cone, a prism, a cylinder, a sphere, you might want to go back and just name on your little card what each thing looks like. What is number 30?
That's a prism.
That is a triangular prism, okay? Which means your bases are the triangles, and it's the prism formulas. So if you think back to these formulas, what's the lateral area of a prism formula? That's pH. Surface area is going to be the lateral area plus 2b. And then, God bless you, volume is going to be the area of the base times the height. So we're going to do all of those. This one, your numbers are, again, not the most beautiful numbers you've ever seen. If we're looking for the perimeter of the base, and we know this is 3 and this is 3, do you know the length of the third side?
We can find it.
How?
30, 60, 90. 45, 45.
It's a 45, 45, 90. So you can do it that way. Did I give you exact here or rounded? We rounded. So you could do Pythagorean theorem, 3 squared plus 3 squared equals, call this x for now. You could do it that way. Or because it is a 45, 45, 90, since these two sides are the same, we know this side then would have to be 3 rad 2. So you could just plug in 3 rad 2 and then we'll just round. So 3 rad 2 is 4.24. Like I said, I'll give you nicer numbers. So your perimeter of your base right now is going to be 3 plus 3 plus 4.24. Okay, that's P. What is H? That'd be the 10, right? It's the height, it's the distance between the two bases. So pH would be this. If I were you, as I'm making a note card, I would do this, where P, you write, is the perimeter of the base. H is the height of the figure. B is the area of the base. L is the slant height. Am I missing any? I think that's it. Yeah, so I would write those down right next to your chart just to make sure that you know what you're working with. So if we plug this in, 3 plus 3 plus 4.24 times 10 would be 102.4. And we were talking inches there, so area is square inches. Okay, so that's your lateral area. Your surface area is going to be that number, 102.4, plus 2. What's the area of that triangle?
Area would be pi radius squared.
Of a triangle?
Oh,
1/2 BH, right? And your base and height would be the 3's. So it's 2 times 1/2 times 3 times 3 would be the area of that triangle. So basically the 2 and the half are 1, so 3 times 3 is 9. So you're just doing 102.4 plus 9 would be 111.4 square inches. And then your last one, the volume, is going to be your area of your base, which we just found was 1/2 times 3 times 3, or 4.5 would be the area of the base. Times the height of the figure, and the height of that figure is 10, so 4.5 times 10, or 45. And volume is cubic, don't forget to cube that, so 45 cubic inches on that one. Okay. Other questions?
29.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Here's another one on your cheat sheet. Maybe you want to write that probability is your favorable over your total possible. Okay. So you're looking for what is the area of the favorable section and what's the area of the total section. What is your favorable right now?
Circle.
The circle. Whatever shaded is your favorable, okay? So we're looking for the area of the circle would be my favorable. And what's the total possible?
The square.
The square. Okay, so circle over square. So what you're going to do is find the area of the circle and divide it by the area of the square. All you know is that this length is 8. So what do you know about the circle?
It has a radius of 4.
It would have a radius of 4. Okay, so if we're finding the area of the circle, it's pi times 4 squared. And then what's the area of the square? 64. 8 times 8, so 64. So you have 16 pi over 64, and you would just plug that in. 16 pi divided by 64 gives you this number. And keeps going. When we talk probability, it's typically a percent that we're giving. So if this is my answer, we would say that's about 79%.
So you don't round to the nearest 10?
You could. It just depends what I ask you to do. This one I didn't tell you where to round. So if you rounded to the nearest 10th, that wouldn't be wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, if you rounded to the nearest 10th, you would just say this is about 78.5%. So just pay attention to where the directions tell you to round. On the final, it'll be very specific where you should round on things. Yeah, Meg.
32.
Okay, so this one is a sphere, and you're finding the surface area. Do you remember the formula for that? 4 pi r squared, right? And then the volume is 4/3 pi r cubed. Again, 2 formulas that should be on that cheat sheet of yours. So 4 pi r squared, you are doing a radius of 4. So 4 times pi times the radius squared. So 4 times 16, would be 64 pi, and that's yards. So square yards. And then for the volume, it would be 4/3 times pi times 4 cubed. So do 4/3 times 4 to the third, which is 85 1/3. And then attach your pi. And again, volume's cubed, so yards cubed. Oops. Okay. Sarah, did you have one?
Oh, I was just gonna ask on number 29, when you wanna find like the non-shaded, do you do like the square minus the circle area?
Yep, you'd go square minus circle over square. Yeah. How we doing? How many of you are playing games right now instead of paying attention to what you're going to do on your final? David, you are? I'm kidding. You raised your hand right as I asked that question. Okay, yes, which one? 27. Okay, this is another one that I feel like gets overlooked because you're so used to, like, you look at it and you go triangle, and it is a triangle, but this one is a more specific triangle. This is the SAS triangle. So put this formula on your cheat sheet. The SAS triangle is this formula, 1/2 times B times C times the sine of the angle. So you're doing 1/2 times 12 times 11 times the sine of 33. And then you're just plugging that into your calculator, which comes out to 35.9. And that would be square inches because it's area. So that would be your answer. Anything else? You're good on all the trapezoid, regular polygon, that one's a triangle, parallelogram. Yeah, Sarah.
For 33, just for the volume ratio, do you cube the surface area, or do you cube the scale factor, or do you cube the surface area?
You cube the scale factor, but once you've reduced your scale factor. So like here you have heights of 6 and 9. So your scale factor is 6 to 9, but you want to reduce that to 2 to 3, right? So that is the ratio that you cube then. So this would be 2 cubed and 3 cubed. So 8 to 27. Okay. Anything else? Yeah, David.
On the final, are we gonna have to put the volume ratio back to the scale factor?
Potentially. Yeah, so you would have to cube root instead of cube, right? So if it's already been cubed to be volume, you're going to cube root it to make it scale factor. Yeah. And then square it to make it surface area if you have to do that. 26. All right, so this is a regular polygon. You're going to do 1/2 AP. So your apothem is this line, which would be the 2.8. And then your perimeter, you have a 4 for the length of your side. So you're going to go for the perimeter 4 times the 5 sides. So your perimeter would be 20. So you're doing 1/2 times 2.8 times 20. And then when you plug that in, you get what? So that's 28. Okay. Anything else? Who said oh? No? Good to go? Just take the final right now.